Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you here today. I only got a few minutes here at the end of my lunch. For the first time in a while, I listened to Wrestling Observer Radio today. I have honestly not really noticed, but I haven't really listened at all. I haven't really been in the loop of what's going down. I made some videos the other day about Money in the Bank coming up on Father's Day. I was not able to watch Extreme Rules. I was not able to watch the pay-per-view before that. Because of the placing of Money in the Bank being on Father's Day and having plans that day, I don't even really know if I'm going to be able to watch Money in the Bank unless I just sort of watch the ladder matches on my lunch the next day. So we'll have to see what goes down with that. I still plan on going to WrestleMania, still having it be sort of my last hurrah. I know there's people out there who's like, your motherfucking ass said this at 27, you said this at 28, you said it at 30, you said it last year in Dallas. But I just really want to have that last hurrah, especially with it being in New Orleans. With Miguel, Ravi, Luke, Justin, just getting the whole group together, because especially I know that, even the friends that I have that I've made from YouTube, that I've made from Twitter, the people that know how big of a trip WrestleMania 30 was, they're going to want to come to New Orleans because of how much we talked about New Orleans probably being the best destination city that we've ever been to. We stayed at the Drury where we've already booked rooms. I can tell you that honestly, my WrestleMania plans are probably the worst plans that I've ever had. Probably there's been like 2 text messages about who was going to book the rooms, and those have been done. There was a tweet sent about trying to get a Skype call together to try and get some shit going. I know that we're gonna go. I know it's gonna happen, but I keep just sort of just saying it's about just doing what everybody wants to do. I just want to hang out with my guys and, kick back and have fun, because that was the fucking funnest trip we ever went on. And if that's going to be the last one, there's not anything that could really go wrong on that trip, seeing how WrestleMania 30 was so good. Not just because the show was good, but, every once in a while when I think about WrestleMania itself and, that $500 ticket that we're going to have to buy, I keep wondering, what is going to happen to make me really want to have it. It's like the last few years, WrestleMania 31, I was excited about the Triple H versus Sting match. WrestleMania 32, seeing Triple H as the champion, that was really all I was really excited about. I mean, WrestleMania 32 had like 75 matches, including the pre-show, and none of them really got me buzzing. And this year, the word on the street, even though I don't really want to believe it, it's going to be Brock versus Roman come WrestleMania. I really think it's going to be Finn Balor against Brock, and that's just me. You can call me crazy for cheering on my favorite guy, but that's what I think is going to happen. But, if that doesn't happen, what do I really have to be excited about? I can't really think of Finn Balor having a singles match at WrestleMania. What the build is going to be yet, so that I don't really have that. But when I was listening to Wrestling Observer Radio today, Dave mentioned, when talking about the rumors about, what's going down with who's attacking Enzo, who's attacking Kaz, what's going on with this breakup, somebody mentioned the fact of, what if it's Kurt Angle that attacked him, and that's what's going to hurt his credibility, gets him back into wrestling, gets him out of that GM role, and then you can bring back the Authority. And Dave said it doesn't make sense because it doesn't lead us to Kurt versus Triple H, which has to be the WrestleMania match. And Dave just sort of slipped that out there and gave it to us. I love Triple H. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. He's only got a few matches out there. One of my favorite competitors to see wrestle against him was Kurt Angle. The feud that they had back in 2001 were some of the best matches in the world. I mean, even though Kurt got knocked out, that SummerSlam 3-way with them and The Rock is a great freaking match. And even though we never got the payoff on the Stephanie, Kurt, and Triple H storyline, and everybody knows the meaning of that, so there's no reason to dig all that crap up between Stephanie and Triple H. But, I mean, I know that WrestleMania 31, that match is fun. That match is good. Not everybody liked it. I loved it. Finally getting able to see the Monday Night Wars played out inside the ring. Finally getting to see DX versus NWO. I know that if you do Kurt versus Triple H, there's a possibility they can go out there and really fucking wrestle a good match. I know that Kurt wants to prove that he can still go. If this is going to be his last match, he's going to give it everything he's fucking got. Triple H, you know, he only wrestles a handful of matches a year. Does that, you know, a few house shows on the road to WrestleMania to get himself ready. Does WrestleMania. I can't think of him having other matches since the whole Evolution reunion after WrestleMania 30. But anything can happen. If they hit the wall and they need a body, you can always pull Triple H out of the attic and ask him to go out there and do it. And as long as it's not during football season, he'll do it. But I think that honestly, if they do Kurt versus Triple H, that could be match of the night. It could be what a lot of people are looking forward to. There's good things. They talk about this, I believe, on the Rock documentary, where the Triple H says, you know, the Rock is always posting that he's in the gym, up out of bed 3 in the morning, and it pushes him that if he can go out and he can get in the gym at 3 in the morning, so can I. To me, honestly, I think that one of the reasons why the Triple H versus Kurt Angle rivalry was so big, because they were both killer heels back then in the early 2000s, and both of them wanted to be the spot of the #1 guy. Neither one wanted to play behind the other guy. So when they got in there, they had to push each other to be having a better match than that other guy is. So putting them in the ring together and having them work together is going to be fucking awesome, and that's going to be one hell of a WrestleMania match. Gets me pumped for WrestleMania 34. Hope to see you guys there. It's going to be one hell of a party.